Today we're embarking on a really fascinating deep dive into a set of astrological readings. We're focusing specifically on the energies around June 18, 2025. 6 Chinese zodiac signs particularly favored on this day, poised to tap into this grounded, practical abundance. First up, let's talk about the horse sign itself, given it's a double horse day.
Right.
The sources suggest that today's energy brings something personal back into your hands. What does that really mean for someone born in the year of the horse?
Well, for you, if you're a horse, this amplified energy is incredibly significant. It resonates so strongly with your natural independence, your desire for freedom. It could genuinely manifest as a long-awaited decision finally swinging your way. Or maybe a situation where you finally feel empowered to speak your truth instead of, carefully choosing what's polite or expected. The reading states it quite emphatically. You're done walking on eggshells. That's not just a suggestion, it's like an affirmation of a real shift happening.
Wow.
Your luck, your abundance, it really comes when you stop worrying so much about what others think and you start acting on what you already know deep down is right for you.
That sounds like a profound moment of clarity. Real empowerment. So, if a horse has been feeling held back,
This is their moment.
this is their moment to shed those restraints.
Absolutely. And imagine feeling stuck or quiet or frustrated and suddenly realizing you're not alone in it, or that the path forward becomes, brilliantly clear.
Yeah.
The promise for the horse is that the day ends with you feeling more in control and less pulled in every direction. And that happens precisely because you've taken back your personal power.
How so?
Maybe by making a choice you've put off, or by speaking a truth that frees you from some stifling dynamic. That sense of reclaiming your own agency, that's where your abundance comes in. The sources almost vibrate with conviction on this point. It's all happening for you now. The alignment really supports your bold, authentic moves.
Powerful stuff. Okay, moving on to the tiger. The sources call Wednesday a strategic victory day for you, and very lucky overall. What kind of strategy are we talking about? Is it big picture?
For the tiger, yeah, your natural leadership and strategic mind get a real boost. But what's fascinating here is the focus seems to be on subtle, almost overlooked details.
Like what?
Like the part of the plan that didn't sit right, or the small action that ends up being the smart move. It's not about grand gestures, apparently. It's about seeing those critical pivot points you might have missed before.
Okay, so paying attention to the little things.
Exactly. If you've been forcing a stalled decision, maybe pushing against a closed door, today might show you where you actually have leverage. It could be an unexpected piece of info, or realizing a silent advantage you possess. Your abundance era begins, the source says, maybe not with a huge visible win, but through something simpler, like a clarifying phone call that just shifts your perspective, or a change of schedule that opens up new possibilities, or even that powerful realization that, hey, you don't owe anyone an explanation anymore.
So it's about discerning those subtle shifts that lead to a bigger breakthrough. The advice for tigers is quite specific too.
Right.
Let people underestimate your next step and move in silence. Why is that important? How does that amplify their luck?
That seems key for the tiger on this day. That double horse energy, while assertive, it also has an element of quick, agile movement.
Right.
For the tiger, this translates into leveraging that agility maybe more covertly. Your luck works better when no one sees it coming. Why? Because it prevents unnecessary obstacles, maybe competition.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Keep it under wraps.
Think of it like a chess master making a seemingly minor move that sets up a devastating play later on. By allowing others to underestimate you, by keeping your cards close to your chest, you retain that strategic advantage. You ensure your strategic victory is truly yours. It's about quiet power, decisive, unannounced action that yields significant returns.
Intriguing.
Oh.
Okay, next up, the ox. For the ox, the reading suggests something that's been dragging finally wraps up. That sounds like a huge relief.
Oh, it absolutely is. The ox, naturally prefer stability, solid ground. They feel the weight of unresolved issues quite deeply.
Yeah, they like things settled.
Exactly. So this dragging thing, it could be anything. A lingering conversation you've been avoiding, maybe a complicated money issue, or even just a weird vibe with someone close to you that's been subtly draining your energy. The relief might be so profound, the sources suggest, that you might not even realize how much it was weighing on you until it's actually over. This kind of luck feels like relief, the emotional kind that honestly changes everything, because it just clears your mental and emotional space. And that established day energy we talked about, it particularly supports the ox's preference for living slowly on solid ground and with no games. So you might receive a really practical solution to a long-standing problem, or finally get an answer that stops all that exhausting guessing.
That's a significant shift from uncertainty to clarity. And there's a strong directive for the ox today, too, isn't there, about their input?
Yes, and this is where it gets really compelling for the ox. If someone asks for your input today, the sources are crystal clear. Don't hold back.
Don't hold back. Why?
Because you've likely been here before, meaning you possess invaluable experience, real wisdom in the situation they're asking about. Your advice isn't just good, it has profound value because it's rooted in practical experience and that desire for stability.
Which aligns perfectly with the day's energy.
Exactly. It aligns perfectly with the established energy. You, the ox, are positioned to be the star today, especially intellectually. This is a day for you to offer those grounded, pragmatic insights that can truly help others establish their own solid footing. Your abundance here comes partly from sharing that inherent wisdom.
From practical solutions now to blunt truths. The dog sign is apparently in for some clarity today, though it might come with some sharp edges.
Indeed. For the dog, a sign known for its loyalty but also its sharp discernment, this day is about seeing things exactly as they are, even if it stings a little. You'll be noticing who's dependable and who's just loud and obnoxious. The sources are pretty blunt themselves. Someone might let you down or just show you who they are through their actions or inaction.
Ouch. But there's an upside.
Yes, and this is the surprising part the source notes. You weirdly feel better afterward, because now you know.
The relief of knowing.
Precisely. It's not about reveling in negativity, it's about the deep relief that comes with clarity. No more ambiguity. There's a sense of quiet power to your choices today, which is born from that newfound certainty. You're no longer operating on assumptions or wishful thinking.
So even if the truth is difficult, it ultimately leads to a sense of empowerment. And the sources also suggest that if a dog needs to pull back, it's okay. It won't cause drama.
Exactly. For the dog, the emphasis is on trusting your discernment and acting on it without fear. If you need to put something on pause, maybe take a step back from a situation or even a relationship that isn't serving you, the sources say emphatically it won't blow up.
That's reassuring.
Very. In fact, doing so might give you the breathing room you've been needing. This day's grounded energy allows for that deliberate withdrawal without necessarily triggering negative repercussions. The peace that follows is worth everything, the sources assert.
And the abundance.
Your abundance shows up once you distance yourself from what no longer aligns with your truth. The core advice for the dog today is simple. Trust your gut, it's telling you the truth. That inner knowing is your compass, guiding you towards a more peaceful, abundant path.
Fascinating how clarity, even through difficulty, can manifest as abundance. Okay, now for the rabbit. An unexpected plan might loop back around. How is this different from just, revisiting old ideas?
That's a really nuanced point for the rabbit, a sign known for its gentleness, its thoughtfulness. This isn't just rehashing something from the past. The sources are quite precise. This time you're looking at it differently.
A new perspective.
Exactly. That new clarity is where your luck lives right now. Perhaps a situation that seemed impossible before, or an idea that fell flat, it reappears. But you approach it with fresh eyes, maybe new information, or simply a shifted perspective that's developed over time.
So it's about growth.
Totally. The core insight is that you're not the same person who wanted it the first time. And because of that growth, you'll handle it better now and get more out of it. This is about recognizing your own evolution, and the universe presenting a second chance, maybe a better timed opportunity.
It's about recognizing that personal evolution, which then unlocks the potential in this returning opportunity. What about unexpected connections? The sources mention that too.
Yes, and they highlight this as a really beautiful manifestation of the day's energy for the rabbit. Someone you didn't expect to think of you might reach out, or maybe a connection you thought was dormant suddenly reignites.
Does it mean something specific?
What's crucial, the sources say, is that this connection feels genuinely good. But listen to this. Not because it fixes anything, but because it reminds you that you're already doing better than you thought.
Like a validation.
Exactly. A quiet affirmation of your progress. It's a gentle boost. And the sources strongly encourage you, if you're a rabbit, to pay attention to who crosses your mind today. Your intuition is apparently picking up on more than you realize. Those subtle mental prompts could be indicators of opportune connections or ideas that are ready to be re-explored with your newfound clarity.
Okay, interesting. And finally, the snake. Poised for what the sources call a hard reset. That sounds pretty significant.
It does, doesn't it? For the snake, known for its deep wisdom, its intuitive nature, this seems to be a profound moment of, internal restructuring.
How does it manifest?
What's fascinating here is the suddenness of the clarity described. Maybe you wake up and something just makes sense in your mind, just like that. An aha moment that cuts through any previous confusion or procrastination.
So you just know what to do.
Apparently, yes. You'll simply know what needs to be done and you stop putting it off. Whether it's a text you've dreaded sending or a payment you've delayed, maybe a decision you've cleverly avoided. Taking care of it today clears a path that's been blocked for a while. This is the day to embrace that crystal clear inner knowing and just act on it decisively.
It sounds like a release, maybe of mental and emotional clutter. What's the lasting impact of this hard reset for the snake?
Well, this release, whatever form it takes, it might seem small or insignificant to other people, but our sources affirm it will feel so important to you. It's about regaining that internal coherence, freeing up mental bandwidth.
Yeah, that could feel huge.
Absolutely. This is the kind of luck that fundamentally changes how the rest of your week feels. Clearer, cleaner, and a lot more peaceful. And again, that established day energy supports this. It allows you to lay down new, clearer foundations for your immediate future. Your luck arrives, the source says, at the perfect time, meaning the astrological alignment provides the ideal window for these decisive, purifying actions to have the maximum positive impact on your well-being and sense of calm.
Wow, what a deep dive into the energies of June 18th, 2025, these 6 signs. It's really clear that this day, fueled by that double horse and established day energy, is all about practical grounding abundance, finding truly solid footing.
Yeah, absolutely. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, it really highlights how moments of clarity, sometimes decisive action, even confronting difficult truths, how these can lead to profound relief and lasting stability.
It's about building on what's real.
Exactly, building on what's real rather than just chasing fleeting gains. And this raises, I think, an important question for all of us, doesn't it? How can we maybe apply the spirit of an established day, focusing on what we set up to last, on truly solid foundations, rather than just what we chase? How can we apply that in our own lives, regardless of our zodiac sign?
That's a great question to reflect on. What stands out to you listening in from today's deep dive? We really hope these insights offer you some valuable perspective and perhaps even an aha moment for your own journey. Thank you so much for joining us for this deep dive.